y'all doing? So, it's June. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. Hope you're doing fine. Lately, I've been doing the late night ones, the late night videos, because I've been busy during the day and I didn't have time. So it don't matter when you do it. You just gotta do it during the day. I usually make sure I get it done during the day. Sometimes it doesn't go out. Technically, it's still that day, technically, but because it's after midnight some days, it ends up going into the next day. So if it says that that's the next day, then you know, sometimes the way I'm with these videos, with these motivational videos, it's day. Each day has a video. So if you see one that has, or if you see two with the same date, just know one of them didn't go out until after midnight of that next day. So it ended up having two videos with the same date. It was supposed to be for the prior day, but because it took a long time, because sometimes I put the video out, like I go to work. Some days I've gone to work like early in the day, I put it out, and the video would have take such a long time processing, and I'd have to keep on re-uploading, and I have to keep on redoing it. Like I have the video, I keep the video. I'm not redoing the video itself, but I have to keep re-uploading, and the process takes a long time sometimes, and it just goes back. So sometimes I'll put a video up at 2 p.m. and I come back after work and I see that the video still isn't up. I see that it's still uploading. I'm like, it shouldn't take that long. Usually at the most it takes like the longest it's taking, or the longest it should take, the longest is like an hour. Possibly. Just in case. But it usually doesn't even take an hour. Usually like half an hour and then it's good. But sometimes it doesn't go up. Like I upload it and sometimes it doesn't go up. So I have to re-upload it when I get back from work. And then by that time, because sometimes I'm coming home 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I got to go through the process all over again. And it's like an hour. Sometimes it really does take an hour because it loads and then goes back, and it loads and goes back. So I have to keep re-uploading because it's taking forever. So if the video is up like it came from the next day, it didn't. Well, technically, because it ended up uploading, like I completed the video. I completed and recorded the video like I'm doing right now. I completed and uploaded the video, or recorded the video earlier in the day sometimes, or I recorded it during that day, and sometimes it doesn't upload until the following day, midnight of that day. So I try to do it a little bit faster, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So I have to get rid of some storage, and then I picks it up again. So just know that if that happens, that's what it is. So here's the quote. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes when I make my quotes, I think of them on the spot. So sometimes when you see certain quotes are similar to the last, it's because I thought of it on the spot. Because I wanted to make the video. I wanted to put it out. I wanted you guys to I wanted you guys to get inspired for that day. You know, more times than not, I think about what I'm going to say, and I think about what it's going to be about. Usually I do think about what it's going to be about, but there's some times where I try to find the time, but it's just not there. So I want to put this out. So ignore that sound I make. That's just like itchy throat and allergies. But so motherfucker. So the quote is basically, it's not about you getting knocked down. It's about, or the test of your character isn't whether you get knocked down. It's how do you respond when you get knocked down. So basically, when a problem arises or you hit adversity, it's not the fact that you hit adversity that shows who you are. It's how you respond to the adversity, how you respond to the setbacks. Because at the end of the day, setbacks are gonna come. They're going to arise. That's just a part of life. That's a part of human nature. We're all gonna have setbacks. No matter how perfect you want to make your life or how you want it to be, it'll never be that. I'll just tell you the truth. It'll never be that. You gotta think about it. It's more of the mindset that you have. It's, I'm going to be hit with trials and tribulations. I'm going to be hit with adversity. But how do I react? How do I respond? How do I control myself? What is my mentality to the situation? What is it? Because if it's not good, then that's something that you have to work on. If it is, then it shows that you're a stronger person than a lot of people. Or it shows your true character. It shows that you are definitely a man of character. And it shows that you are a winner at life. Now, I'm not saying the people that react negatively to it can't be winners. What I'm saying is they can choose to be winners or they can choose to not be winners. I don't want to say they can choose to be losers. They can choose to be winners or not. Because if you're going to respond, if you're going to complain every time something doesn't work out for you, or you're going to be upset every time you get a situation that you're not comfortable with, then you're going to be things won't really work out well for you, And I'm talking to myself sometimes with this because I find myself being in situations where I end up being a little uncomfortable, and I do have a problem with it, or I'm not so much that I complain, but I may not handle it well sometimes. And that's something that I personally have to work on. And I know that. And I am working on it. And the thing is, people know. They know what they have to do. They know how far they have to go. They know what it is, And it's more about just understanding, learning yourself and understanding who you are, and how far you're willing to go, and just being okay. One, being okay with not being okay, and two, being okay with situations that just may not work well in your favor. I've been told before that I'm someone who doesn't necessarily like change. And I've definitely gotten better at it. And I've tried to figure out ways to combat my uncomfortability with change. I've always figured out ways to handle the situation because I figured, like, I'm the only one that can make me deal with it. And I'm like, if I have to deal with it, I have to deal with it. There's nothing around it. Like, it's just something that has to be. Because that's just the way of life. It's just something that has to be. I have no control over it. You have no control over it. It's just something that is. But how I respond to it and how I deal with it, how I manage it shows who I really am. At the end of the day, our lives are so short. So to spend most of it being upset about change or being upset about things that we have no control over, all it does is waste time. And it causes us to see things in a negative light and shorten our life even more. And if we're not dead already, or if we're not dead, we might as well be. That's kind of how they see it. It's like dead before you actually are dead. If you're spending most of your time just, one, not happy, and two, just not seeing the beauty of life and how little time you have in it. Spending most of that time complaining and being upset about what you don't have rather than appreciating what you do have. It's just a waste of time. And I always try to tell myself that when I get in situations. And a friend of mine, like, we went to see a movie the other day, and I talked to him about situations like this. And he told me that even if he was in situations where he felt like he was losing his way, he was patient with it because he knew, like, even if he was feeling a little disheartened, he feels a little disheartened, or he's feeling lost, at least a little bit, it always seemed to pan out. Like, it always seemed to pan out. Or it always seemed to work out. So at the end of the day, just relax and let it work out. Do what you have to do that's in your control, and let whatever else that you can't, just let it all work out. All right. This video was longer than I wanted it to be, and now it probably won't go in until the next day, till like after midnight or something. But it will go out, and I will have a video tomorrow for the 23rd. Today is the 22nd, so just in case it shows the 23rd, it's the 22nd. So, yeah. You guys have a good night, and I'll be here tomorrow for you. Peace. Ah.